Hi, I'm Naomi. Welcome to your postnatal Pilates class, Strengthening, Stabilising and Recalibrating Your Core, Part 1, brought to you in partnership with vhi.ie. Hi, I'm Naomi. Welcome to this postnatal Pilates session. This session is going to focus on stabilising and recalibrating all throughout the core. And for this session, you need maybe a ball type prop, or if you have a block or a book, anything, even a cushion that you can use to squeeze is perfect. Okay, so we're going to begin standing. So taking yourself onto both feet. Just having a sense of grounding down both feet evenly and bringing your arms down either side. And for a moment or two, you can even close your eyes here, noticing how the weight is landing on your feet. And just getting a sense of your breath in and out here. And particularly after having your baby, your body has gone through a lot of changes. So sensing maybe there's a different feeling of how your weight is just in its natural position. And you could even a couple of times move forwards, back, side to side. And then seeing if you can find that natural sense of center. We're going to take one more full deep breath in here. And full breath out. And then we'll bring our eyes open. So as I say, all the movements today are focused for postnatal Pilates. And if you are early, like in your postnatal journey, if you're before 6 weeks, consult with your GP. Just check how you feel. These movements would be more recommended for after 6 weeks. So from there, we're going to let the shoulders relax down from the ears. And then we're going to take our chin towards our chest. Just beginning to bring a little bit of freedom around the neck and then lifting the head. Taking your chin down towards your chest and lifting the head. And then as you move here, just noticing, like particularly if you're carrying your baby now, you're changing how you're holding your body, noticing if there's tension around the shoulders or the neck. And we're going to do 3 more like that, up and down. And 2. And then next time your chin comes down to your chest, just gently rolling your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then taking chin back to chest and right ear towards right shoulder. We're going to do 1 more like that, left ear sweeping towards left shoulder. And then see how it feels to bring your chin up towards the ceiling, circling around over to the right shoulder and back to chest. 1 more circle that direction, to the left, up to the ceiling, over to the right and back around. And then we'll do 2 circles opposite way. And again, just noticing like all of this pain-free. If anything feels like overexerting, just make the circle smaller or stick with moving side to side. We're going to bring the chin back around to the chest there and then lifting the head in center. And then a couple of times we're going to move our shoulders. So shoulders up to the ears, drawing them back together behind, down the back, and spreading apart. And particularly like that when we are now having to lift a lot more, like bringing a little freedom and ease around the shoulders, chest and neck area. We'll do 2 more circles this direction. And then opposite direction. Super. And then letting that relax out. From there, we're staying in our standing position, but we're going to reach for our ball or, as I said, cushion or block, whatever you have here. And we're going to bring it between our knees, just to the sort of thigh area above the knees here. Keeping your weight even in your feet. And just getting a sense, initially, you can bend the knees, let it kind of relax out, and then squeeze the ball in. And get a sense when we squeeze in, we want to try and encourage squeeze of the glutes and starting to engage our pelvic floor here and the inner thighs. So letting the knees bend, just letting everything relax, and then squeezing in together. So let's try and match that to our breath. So we're going to inhale, letting everything relax, knees bend. And then as you breathe out, squeezing everything in center. Inhale, relax, and exhale, squeeze. So this whole idea, matching with your breath, we want to try and encourage. It is important to start to strengthen, recalibrate our pelvic floor, our core, but also remembering to let that moment of rest and relaxation as well. So we can feel the difference, contracting and relaxing. We're going to go for a few more, and we want to try and encourage these, about 10 of these every single day, or even 2 times a day, trying to encourage this sensation back into the core area of your body. Let's do 3 more. Relaxing, squeezing. 2. And then last one. As we squeeze in this time, we're going to keep the ball squeezed between the thighs. Keep your inner thighs engaged. Whole pelvic floor, so from the front right around to the back, squeezing the glutes, and we're going to hold. You might even feel a little engagement into the lower abdominals for 10. Keep squeezing. 9, 8, 7, 6, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax it out. You can remove your ball over to this side, and then from there you can just leave the ball. We're going to be picking it up again. Just notice how the legs feel, core feels after that. And then from here, standing, we're going to lift one heel and lowering down. Lifting opposite heel and lowering down. And just like this, like we were marching and getting a sense that we're staying upright. And again, this feeling of keeping our weight even on the feet. And starting to feel like maybe as we lift the heel, like a little squeeze contraction on that side glute. Just bringing in this idea of stabilizing our pelvis again and starting to recalibrate a sense of awareness and strength into this whole area. So we're going to go for a couple more. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, for 2, and last one. And then what we're going to do is add in the ball or the cushion to that. So we're going to bring our ball back in between our knees. So now you have a sense of the movement. We're going to squeeze the ball. We're squeezing everything in center, squeezing the glutes. You can have your hands on your hips or either side. And I try and keep that ball squeezed as you lift one heel and lower down. And then the opposite and lowering down. And just noticing the movement might be a little less now, but we're trying to feel like containing everything in the center. We're going to go for 10, for 9, good, for 8, super, for 7, 6, keeping this squeeze, for 5, 4, 3, for 2, and last one. As we come back to center, both heels down, both feet planted, squeeze one last time, squeezing through your inner thighs, around the pelvic floor, the glutes, relax the shoulders and the neck, and we'll breathe for 5, good, 4, 3, 2, and relaxing it out. Nice work. So you can leave your cushion off to the side. Just 2 more things standing here. We're going to add with that heel lift. We're taking our weight even on our feet. And now as we lift one heel, we're going to lift up that leg. Lower it down, rest the heel. Lift the opposite heel, knee, and down, and rest. I'm just getting a feeling here of, again, kind of like a marching feeling, but trying to feel the glutes engage, getting a sense of balance on one side. And we're going to go for 10. Good, for 9. Super, staying tall here. And you can even have your hands placed like this outside your hips, just sensing the muscles starting to work and engage here. For 5. Good, 4. 3. For 2. And last one. From there, we're going to take our right foot to float a little. So we're standing up as tall as we can, and now you're squeezing your left side glutes. Bringing in our Pilates side kick movement, lifting your right leg just out as far as you feel you can, and back center. So a lot of effort now in your left side, and you can always tip down if you need with that right foot. Trying to match with your breath here. Breathing in as you lift out and out as you come back in. So inhaling and exhale. We're going to go for 10. Good. Really feeling the strength in the left leg for 9, 8, 7. And not lifting so far. Just remembering a little can do a lot. So we're going to go for 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2. And last one, so can we hold here? 3, 2, and relax it down. Nice work. Give the legs a little shake and we'll try the other side. So we're standing strong on our right leg and then we're holding. You can have your hand placed outside your right hip just to sense the muscles engage there, squeezing the right side glutes, floating the left foot, and then we're lifting the left leg out and back in. And we want to feel like almost a little like it was against resistance. So kind of like we were doing this underwater, like trying to slow down the lift and the lower in. And we're going to go for 10. Good. For 9. Super. For 8. Keep breathing steady. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2, and last one we're going to try and hold for 3, 2, and back center. Nice work. Give your legs a little shake out there, and then we're going to start to transition to kneeling. So you can stand at maybe one end of your mat here, just keeping a sense of weight even on the feet. We're going to bend the knees a little bit and hinge our chest forwards. So keeping the spine lengthened. And remembering at any point, especially in our journey when we're lifting our young babies, trying to keep this sense of supporting our spine. So keeping the knees bent here. You can use your hands to press a little and just making sure that we've hinged from our hips rather than bent over, and that will cause a lot of strain to those already sort of weakened low back muscles. So we want to try and build a little strength back into our low back here. We're going to take a couple of breaths. Breathe in for 3, 2, and then from there we're going to bend our knees a little deeper. So keep bending, a little bit of strength into the legs. And then when your hands can reach down to the floor, just starting to walk yourself forwards. Bring yourself all the way onto all fours. And we want to again have a sense knees underneath the hips and the spine is lengthened here. Simply holding this all fours position. We're going to again a sense of squeezing our inner thighs, our glutes, and just sensing the musculature around your core now. Back of your head lifted, and breathe in for 3, 2, and then from there we're just going to reach for our ball again. So take your time reaching for that. We're going to place it inside our thighs, so we've got a little bit of contractions here. So we're going to, again, like we did when we were standing, squeeze the ball together, try and hold for a second, and then relax. And just noticing the sensations that we feel here. Lower abdomen, inner thigh, the pelvic floor engaged, and even the glutes a little. Squeezing and relaxing. And trying like that as you squeeze to hold for a second and relax. Let's go for 10. Relax. For 9. Good. For 8. Relaxing for 7. For 6. Super. For 5. And the whole time we're doing this, we're sneakily building a little strength in our arms as well and our shoulders. So 4 more. For 3. 2. And last one we're going to try and hold. So squeezing that ball together, keeping your elbows straight, back of your head lifted. We're squeezing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. You can leave your ball off to the side. We're going to bring ourselves big toes touching. Just leaving that there. We're going to have big toes touching, knees wide, and then we're taking ourselves kneeling tall here. So with the big toes touching, our heels are a little bit apart to begin. I want you to try and get a sense of pulling your heels together here. That's squeezing the glutes, inner thighs, pelvic floor, and relax. So all of these movements are helping to bring a little sense of awareness back to this core area. And they don't have to be crazy, big strengthening movements, just these gentle squeezes and relaxing, stimulating the muscles to start to re-engage. So we're going to keep squeezing the heels together and relax. We're going to go for 10. Just noticing the sensations you're feeling for 9, 8, good, 7, super, for 6, good, 5, 4, for 3, good, 2, and then last one, we're going to try and hold the heels squeezed together. Bring your hands together in front of your chest, and then from here we're going to try and lean our sit bones, our pelvis back, keep the heels squeezed together, and then back up, kneeling tall, keeping the heels the whole time squeezed, leaning back and up tall. And as we lean back, we're actually relaxing pelvic floor, letting it stretch, release, and then as we come up, engaging and contracting. So again, we want to have an ability to do both of those. And we're going to go for 7, keeping the heels squeezed for 6, good, for 5, and 4. Just keeping the breath easy here for 3, super, for 2, and last one. Then from there, we're going to add in the arms. So as we go back, arms go back, and then we're lifting up, arms lift up. Leaning back, arms go back, and then as we come up, arms lift up. We're going to go for 10, lifting up, good, for 9, and up, for 8, up, keeping the breathing easy here, for 7, good, for 6, super, for 5, good, 4, lovely, for 3, 2, and last one. Then from there, bringing your hands back together, and then we'll take one last deep breath in here. Breathing out, we're going to take our fingertips down in front, let your feet rest out behind, and just then your sit bones sit back to your heels. So from here, fingertips stay down to the mat, your big toes are touching, and then from here we're just going to lift our chest, a little sense of space across the collarbones here, and then rounding the upper back, chin to chest. Couple more times, we're going to inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, rounding over, a little release, spread the shoulder blades. One last time, inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, rounding over. From there, we're going to come back, kneeling tall. We're going to bring our knees together, and then we're transitioning onto our left side. So bringing ourselves nice and easy, take your time. Whenever we're transitioning, especially after you've had your baby, like making sure we keep our legs together and that everything's done with control. So things like when you're getting out of bed or up off a chair, that we try and keep this sense of containment rather than jolting the body quickly. So we're going to come all the way down onto our left side, rest our head into our left hand, and then from here we're keeping the knees bent. We want the pelvis stacked, feet and ankles stacked, and then nice and easy, you can rest your hand to your right outer right hip. We're going to take the right knee to lift towards the ceiling and then back down. So we'll feel like a little contraction outer right hip muscles as we lift and lower. Just getting a sense, feeling here of keeping the core, the low back really still, and it's just this right knee lifting and lowering. Good, and you could even do this if you're at home, like you could have a book or have something behind your back to kind of remind you to keep that back stable, so we're not just leaning back into the movement. We're going to go for 10, for 9, for 8, 7, good, 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2, and last one. We're going to hold up, try and squeeze those outer right hip muscles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax it down. Nice work. So from there, we're going to take ourselves lying onto our back before we go to the other side. So again, we're going to reach for our cushion, our ball, and bring it inside our legs here. So we're placing our feet flat to the mat, shoulders relaxed down, and you can have your hands resting on your low belly here, so you get a sense of feeling maybe what's happening. And what we want to try and encourage is, like we've been working throughout this session, is squeezing the inner thighs towards the ball and just feeling with your hands like what starts to engage in the lower abdominals, maybe feeling around the glutes, and then relax. So keeping the shoulders relaxed, we're squeezing inner thighs together and relax. And getting in all these different positions, a sense of the engagement around the pelvic floor, the core muscles, reinvigorating these areas to generate strength and stability. We're going to go for 8, for 7, squeeze and relax, for 6, relax, for 5 and relax, for 4, relax, for 3 and relax, for 2, relax, and last one we're going to try and hold the squeeze, squeezing into center, keep the shoulders relaxed, and we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All done. So we're going to take our ball off to the side from there, and then from here, knees stay pointed to the ceiling, and then like we did when we were standing, we're going to lift alternate heels. So we're lifting up one heel, resting down, and then opposite heel, resting down. So again, it's kind of like a little march, and just noticing very subtle engagement, tops of the thighs, just starting to feel a little bit of strength there. And the whole time, keeping the shoulders relaxed, head rested. Let's go for 10, 9, breath easy here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And then what we're going to do to add into that movement is you're lifting the heel and then we're lifting the leg up. So it might come to 90 degrees or a little bit lower, like just feel what's appropriate for you, and then lowering down. Lifting opposite heel, lifting the leg, and lowering down. So again, it's like a march, but we want to make sure that we're not arching the low back here or over pressing it in, that we stay quite neutral, and that we are starting to generate the strength from the core without compromising our spine here. So slow and steady is best, doesn't need to be fast. And have a feeling, kind of going with your breath. So inhaling maybe up and exhaling down. And there's very little movement, no movement whatsoever from the torso. Trying to move only through the legs here. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, for 7, for 6, and 5, for 4, and 3, for 2, and last one. And then from there, just take a deep breath in, notice how everything's feeling, and full breath out. We're going to add a little movement to this. So we're lifting our right heel, we're going to lift up our right leg. So again, it might be 90 degrees, or a little less intense would actually be bringing it closer to your belly, or a little more challenging is that 90-degree position. So maybe you have a sense like what feels appropriate here. And then from there, we're going to do a modified one leg stretch from Pilates. So we're going to lengthen out our right leg so your thighs come to parallel, and then back to center. Lengthen the leg out and back to center. And you can have the arms rested down either side here, or like that, just feeling here what's happening in the core. We want to make sure that we aren't doming too much in the core here, that we feel it's an even effort. And if you do feel like this is too much, like you're still feeling a little delicate here, like feel free to take a break and go back to that alternate heel lifting. So we're going to go for 10. Easy breath rhythm for 9, for 8, good, for 7, for 6, super, for 5, for 4, and 3, really good, for 2 more, and last one. As your knee comes back in bend, take your time just slowly releasing it back down to the mat, and we'll try the left side. So we're lifting up off our left heel. See how it feels to raise the left knee. Again, drawing it a little closer to you will be a little less intense, and then further towards 90 degrees, more effort. Settling the shoulders, and then we're starting to lengthen the left leg out and back center. Again, moving nice and easy with the breath here, trying to prevent any rocking side to side, staying stable around the pelvis. And we're going to go for 10. Good, for 9. For 8. For 7. For 6. Easy breath in and out for 5. And 4. For 3. 2. And last one. As it comes back into bend, just nice and easy, releasing it down. So from there, we're taking hands to the belly. And what I want you to try and encourage here, is can you feel your relaxed inhale just allows an expansion 360. So we want to try and feel the breath out to the ribs and the waist, and also around the belly. So not just expanding upwards, but also outwards. And then when we breathe out, everything relaxes back center. And we're going to do that a couple of times. So we're breathing in, seeing can we expand out to the sides. And relax, maybe even feeling a little squeeze, pelvic floor, everything back in center. And last time we're going to inhale and exhale. And then from there, we're going to add one little level up to the last movement. So if you feel like keeping the leg bent to lengthen was enough, you can stay with that. If you'd like to add in another little challenge, I will demonstrate here. So we're lifting our right heel. We're taking our right knee into bend, really making sure we keep our pelvis stable. We maintain natural spine length. And then we're going to see, can we lengthen out our right leg? And without bending it, we're going to lift it towards us and lower it away. So lifting towards us and lowering away. So it's not a giant movement. So just seeing, can you gently bring the leg forwards and away from you. Keeping the legs straightened, and then if that's too much, bending and lengthening like we've done before. So we're going to go for 10. And just noticing with the legs straight like this, it is adding a bit of extra strengthening, bit of extra challenge. So keeping the breath easy. We're going to go for 9, for 8, for 7, good, for 6, and only exploring the range that you feel you can maintain here and sustain. We're going to go for 4, for 3, for 2, and then we're going to come back with the knee bend and release the foot all the way down. Lifting up your left heel and then taking your left leg to bend to begin, and then see how it feels to lengthen out. So thighs are about parallel, and then we're lifting leg towards us and away. So a little pendulum feeling. And the main challenge here is just trying to keep everything else stable. We're going to go for 10, for 9, 8, for 7, 6, for 5, 4, good, keep breathing, for 3, 2, last one, bringing the left leg back to bend and resting that foot down. A couple of times here, we're going to return to our breath in and out, so feeling around the belly, the waist side and the ribs. Inhaling to expand, and exhaling, kind of squeezing everything in center, engaging pelvic floor and lower abdominals. Inhale, letting everything relax, and exhale, squeezing in center. Last time, we're going to inhale, let everything relax, and exhale, squeezing into center. From there, well done. What we're going to do is turn to our right side. I'm just going to turn to my left so I can stay facing you, and I'll come on to my right side, but you're making your way down to your right side. So keeping the knees bent, bringing ourselves slow. Remember, in our transitions are important here. Head down onto your right hand. Keeping the knees stacked, and then we want to feel pelvis stacked here. Ankles stay touching on feet, and then we're lifting up our left knee and lowering down. So again, you can keep your hand maybe on your outer left hip, just feeling those muscles starting to turn on, engage. We're going to go for 10. Good. For 9. For 8. Super. For 7. For 6. 5. Good. 4. For 3. 2. And last one, we're going to hold here. So feet stay touching, pelvis is still stacked. We're lifting that left knee up and we're holding for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax it down. Nice work. We're going to take our time coming over onto our back again. And we're going to add in one little movement here to our ball squeeze. So reaching for your ball, it's making your cushion in between your thighs. Resting the shoulders down, feet are planted flat, and then we're squeezing our ball like about 50% here, so not your max. Just keeping a little squeeze. We're going to place our hands to our thighs, and then from here, we're going to reach our fingers forwards and see, can we draw our chin up, lift our head, and then back down. That's it, just lifting the head. And if it feels too much, just stay with squeezing and relaxing the ball. So we're going to keep a little moderate squeeze if it feels okay, and then lifting the head, looking towards the ball, and then back down. We're going to try 10 of these. Lifting up, and back down. Breathing out on the way up, Inhale on the way down. Let's go for 8. Relax. For 7. And really try to feel like your abdominal muscles are lifting you here rather than the head feeling like it has to lift. The head is kind of just following up. We're going for 6. For 5. Good. For 4. Super. 3 more. Good. For 2. And last one. Relaxing all the way down, keeping the ball between your thighs. And last thing here, we're going to do our little pulses again. So we're squeezing in, relax. Squeezing in and relax. Let's go for 10, for 9, for 8, 7, for 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2, and last one. Nice work, everyone. Leave your ball off to the side, and then we're taking ourselves over to one side. So nice and easy. Keep your legs together, pressing up through your hands, and we're going to bring ourselves to a kneeling position. Taking our knees wide, we're bringing our feet together. Your toes can be rested here, and you're onto your hands. A couple of times, we're just going to lean back the sit bones to the heels, and then back kind of like to all fours. Lean and sit bones back to the heels, and back to all fours. Just keeping the breath easy here, feeling that sensation of relax as you go back, and a little contract as you come forwards. Let's do a couple more here. And then bringing ourselves all the way forwards. Let's take our knees together. We're going to bring our feet out to one side and bring ourselves back to seated. I'll turn to face seat so you can see. We're going to have our left foot in front, our right foot behind. And just getting a sense here, trying to encourage weight even here. It may, the right sit bone may be a little lifted, that's totally fine. We're going to keep our fingertips on the mat, and a couple of times, can you feel tucking your tailbone under here, and then like you're tilting it out behind. Tucking it under, and tilting behind. And seeing if you can feel this movement, just this pelvic articulation, keeping the ribs and the upper body quite stable here, not flaring or rounding in the low back. Let's do 3 more. Good. And last one. And then we'll come to center. From this position, we're going to lift up our right arm, taking a deep breath in here, and then breathing out, a little bend in your left elbow and leaning to the left. Getting a sense of lengthening on your right side here. It doesn't have to be a huge lean. And try to imagine your right sit bone heavy back down behind. We're going to take a deep breath in. And then breathing out, bringing that right hand down. We're going to bring the hands behind, taking your time, lifting your legs out in front, and then walking them over to the other side. We're going to have our right foot brushing our left thigh here, fingertips either side, and then we're moving through the pelvis here. Tailbone tuck and tilt behind. And just noticing it might feel totally different side to side. That's totally normal. Like everyone has little different dominant sides or little sort of tenser sides. So just getting a sense of where that is for you. We're going to go for a couple more. Super. 2. And last one. And then bringing yourself center, we're going to raise our left arm up. Getting tall, tall, tall here. A little bend in your right elbow as we lean over to the right. Again, doesn't have to be a huge lean. Having a sense that left hip bone is heavy, and we're really trying to create length on the left side here. Breathing easy for 3. Good, for 2. And then coming back to center. From there, taking your hands behind, take your time, unwinding your feet. We're going to bring the legs together. Have a little hold around your shins and just get that sense again. Squeezing legs together, everything in center. And then we're going to give our legs, our shins a little hug here. And then relaxing out. Finishing off our session now, just letting yourself come to seated maybe for a couple of breaths, let yourself unwind. Well done today, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this session and look forward to the next session again. Thank you.